Welcome to the American Select Lacrosse Championships right here on Lax Sports Network. It is the Class of 2024 championship here at DE Turf in Milford, Delaware. It's Team Connecticut taking on Team Florida. Alongside Tracy Weiner, I am Tom Eschen. We are getting set and ready for draw control. We just saw the Class of 2025 championship take place, with Team Maryland take down Team Long Island Black. In goal for Team Florida, Caroline Kelly from St. Thomas Aquinas High School in Florida. As for Team Connecticut, it is Hope SCHOUDEL from Darien High School in Connecticut. So Florida and Connecticut here, Tracy, in this 2024 championship.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, this is going to be an unbelievable game. I mean, my 2014 played both of these teams. They were both so impressive. You know, the Connecticut made up of that majority of the Darien group that is just so talented all the time. Florida Select, what's going on down in the Florida area, I think the rise in their lacrosse game has been unprecedented.
Our first draw control going the way of Team Florida. They're off and running rather quickly here. And these teams competing in their semifinals, just a couple hours ago. They started at 9 a.m. this morning. The game started at 8 a.m. for everybody, but it was Florida taking down Colorado, Connecticut beating New York Upstate in their semifinal matchups to get to this 2024 championship game. And we have a free position upcoming here for AVA SCHULTIES.
And you'll see Florida is a run and gun type team, and they will go to goal immediately. Their coach is super aggressive.
SCHULTIES from the Pine School going to the cage all the way to the left side, and the first save of the day comes for Hope SCHOUDEL.
That was a nice save by SCHOUDEL. You know, again, when you go high to high, you give the goalie the best chance to make those saves. You see Schultes, she goes high to high. Hard to get that one by the goalie.
Ooh, close to the rebound there. At a little bit of a scramble there for that ground ball.
There was Florida. She came up with it, but the official gave it back to Connecticut.
Dipped into the crease there. So it'll be Team Connecticut ball as they work to clear. That Team Florida head coach, who Tracy just alluded to, is Rob Wurzberger. You might know that name. Caitlin Wurzberger, of course, the top recruit in the country, just finished up her freshman season at North Carolina. Team Connecticut coached by Lisa Lindley from Darien High School.
Well, and you know, we all know Lisa well. A good friend of all of us in the lacrosse world. You know, she's been a Darien coach forever, runs Connecticut Grizzlies. I've worked with her at several of these type of events. She's a character just like me. I think we're related in some way, shape, and form.
Oh, boy. Another Tracy type running around the lacrosse field. That's
holy cow.
That's got to be a sight.
It is. She makes me laugh.
Getting her hands free that time was Kelly Holmes. It's stopped there by Caroline Kelly. So goalies exchanging saves here to start. And a good job defensively there by Team Connecticut. On the ride, Caroline Trinkhaus, the cause turnover.
Yeah, that was a real nice ride. You know, they got Chloe Loy all the way to the sideline, then she had nowhere else to go. And when she turns back to try to, you know, find an open player, there was nothing there but a sea of blue.
SADIE Stafford there looking, trying and dodge, and now it's ABBAZIA. EMMA ABBAZIA from Greenwich High School. Working it over to Stafford once again. 25-minute running time halves up until the 2-minute mark. Dodge inside by Russell. It's in the sea of bodies, and coming out with it for a moment was Florida, but getting it right back was ADDISON PATTILLO.
So again, a nice second ride there by Connecticut. You know, they're doing a nice job possessing the ball right now. And I think when you want to learn about playing the sport, you know, you're not going to score every single time. It's what you do to get the ball back.
And good hustle there, and that equates to a score. ALEXIS TULLY, Connecticut on the board first.
And that comes from the defensive rides. Florida had a chance twice to get the ball out of that defensive zone and get on their offense, but Connecticut's hustle and ride made both of those turnovers until a goal is finally achieved from Tully. And you see here, She looks like she's going to the inside, takes her girl to the outside, rolls back in, and that's a tough angle shot, but she hits that upper corner opposite stick side.
Yeah, a little deeper after that inside roll than you might normally see. Had to stop there. She had a good awareness as the slide was going to come in case she wanted to go closer to the cage.
Yeah, and as the goalie, lays on the pipe, that's such a small percentage error shot, and she just nailed it.
Florida picks up the draw control. Victoria Tamanto, an American heritage product. 1-0 Connecticut here in the class of 2024 championship game in Delaware. It's high school sophomores now on the field. We'll see the juniors and to-be seniors coming up later on today in our third and fourth matchups of the day. Florida spacing things out nicely, and that ties it up. That's Tamanto getting the goal, as after she got her draw control, she found the back of the net. It's 1-1.
I like that play by Victoria Tamanto. They're in the stack up top, and she just gets a step on a girl, and that's it. And these girls are so talented that all you need to see is an open stick head, and you're going to make that pass, and it's going to be on point. And that's exactly what you see right here. Tamanto has the step on her defender. Aubrey Robbins is trying to catch up, and just left that little window of opportunity open for her.
Caroline Bird, the feed there, an American Heritage Delray product, another Florida Select player. So you see some teammates here for Team Florida, and you can see some of that working well here in a 1-1 game.
Yeah, Florida Select is one of the good club teams. You have an M&D now Florida club team that's excellent down there as well. Chris Robinson coaches down there now, and his high school team dominates in the Florida region.
Here's Kelly Holmes getting an opportunity for a free position on the arc from the left side. CT Grizzlies product. You see a lot of those on Team Connecticut here.
Yes, you will.
Holmes goes to the right side. That goes off the pipe. But a whistle flag went up anyway, so we'll do it all over again.
Right, and normally, when the flag goes up, if you get the shot off the flag, it's supposed to be put away unless the official determines that the foul affected the shot, and that's, then you'll always get it back.
Tamanto all over the field here. She's the one who got her body and stick in there, so we'll do it again with Holmes. Holmes going in the middle. She hits the other pipe this time. How about that?
Well, she's just seeing if both pipes work, that's all.
Unfortunately for her, they do. Caroline Kelly, the beneficiary, the goalie for Team Florida.
Yeah. But again, the hustle of, and you'll see here's the other pipe shot, but the hustle of Connecticut gets them the ball right back. And yeah, she hit.
And quickly there, off the ensuing free position, Connecticut gets their second of the day. SADIE Stafford this time.
Stafford does a nice job, gets a great first step, and she's off to the races. But give that credit to that goal to the redefend on the Connecticut players. And again, stick high, great shot. Goalie's hip side, really difficult to save.
2-1 Connecticut here in the first half of this 2024 championship game in Delaware.
And Stafford also a Darien product.
2 of 3 today is Florida in the circle. Isabella Hughes battling there with Stafford, and it will be Isabella Hughes.
Well, I think that Florida's won almost every draw, if I'm not mistaken.
Every one but one so far. They're 3 for 4 now. So you were correct, Tracy.
Close, right? I tell you.
Here's CHIARA SCICHILONE. She'll dodge from the top, guarded by ABBAZIA. Into the middle we go, and the shot and the score. Isabella Hughes did it all.
Well, I'll tell you what, that is the classic draw and dump. So on that particular play, you'll see the setup. So they have a stack opposite, so the defenders have to lean towards that side. It creates the one-on-one right here. And then the second defender has to come help, and there's the slide in, and the rest is all Isabel Hughes just burying the shot. That is and everybody else just does their role. They occupy the defenders, and you have the 2v2 on the side until you do the draw and dub.
Schichelone getting the credit for the assist, and we'll have Hughes get back there for the draw, this time going up against Caroline Trinkaus. Another draw here for Florida. They've dominated that circle so far. It's Schichelone once again picking this up.
Absolutely, and it's the reason that Florida's still in this game, because Connecticut's had, a lot of opportunities outside of draw play.
See Florida here settling in to their offensive set. No shot clock here. Playing USA lacrosse rules here for the high school girls, and 25-minute running halves.
We can do a whole episode on the rules.
We got into it a bit on Lacrosse Now this week, in case you guys saw. If you want to check that out, it's on demand. Tracy gives her thoughts accordingly. But we won't focus on that for now. We'll focus on Hope Schodel getting the save there on the doorstep. Her second save today.
And that was nice. That was a crease roll, and Schodel just sticks onto the pipe and holds her ground.
So Connecticut gets a stop. The game all tied up here, 2-2.
43, 48 back here, 43 behind.
Whistle there on the transition clear. Actually stopped play. And now we'll restart once again here. Andre Robbins.
It's so interesting to see the change in the two different games. I mean, the Maryland game that we did before, Tom, was all run and gun, and now the 24s are just a little more patient.
Yeah, it was interesting. I mean, it almost felt like Maryland was trying to get Long Island to play with them. Long Island almost felt like they had to pick up their speed accordingly. Correct. As well. And like you said, this is a little bit of different pace. Both these teams settling in, year wiser, if you will, in these high school sophomores compared to the freshmen earlier.
Right, maybe. All these girls probably have a year of varsity lacrosse under their belts.
A look into the middle. Nice job there by Stafford to find Pattillo. Pattillo couldn't find the net, but finding the backup there was Kelly Holmes. Once again, it's Stafford. She has one of the goals today, one of the two for Connecticut. It's her and Alexis Tully. Here's Pattillo. Pattillo rolls inside. Pattillo on the doorstep, and Caroline Kelly is there. Pattillo went into the crease as well, though they might say she got pushed in.
I think that they are going to say that, yeah. So she's going to get an 8-meter out of this. I'd like to see that play again to see. A
quick spin. Good move here by Pattillo.
Right, she got to the inside. And did she get pushed from behind? She might have.
Close, and she'll get an opportunity. Here she comes in the free position. Pattillo on the board. Connecticut with a lead, 3-2.
Yeah, she earned that one for sure. So Pattillo does a nice move, gets the inside crease, gets pushed in, and then buries her 8-meter.
You can see she was face down in the crease a moment ago. This time she ends up upright, moving her way away from the cage and finishing. A CT Grizzlies product.
Yeah, Caroline Kelly almost saved that. Almost. She just missed it, but she did guess right.
That's half the battle, right? I mean, if you're a goalie, that is half the battle.
Yeah, it's like in soccer in the PKs. Sometimes you just got to dive the right way.
It's true. Team USA women just win yesterday to make their way to the semifinal via PK. The goalie was outstanding in that.
Unbelievable. Made all the difference.
Yep.
And again, we have Florida winning another draw control. They're just dominating in that.
Schodel's made a couple saves to sort of even that out a bit.
Correct.
Let's see what Florida can do this time around. A little more than halfway through this first half of play here in Delaware. Caroline Bird has an assist today. Job defensively there as Tamanto was trying to flash in there.
You see at this age level, they really leave the 8-meter wide open. Everything is run from the top. Everybody's spread out. Everybody is outside of the almost at the 12-meter, top of the 8-meter. and they just keep flashing through until the defense breaks down or one of the down low attackers decides to, make a move to the cage.
And there is Schultes doing that. She works her way around the slide of Russell, and we do have a whistle after all that. Yeah, they're really cleared out here, Tracy. I mean,
yeah.
Like you said, that whole CSA is pretty open.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. It gives the attackers such a great advantage because it's really the calls always go their way in the 1v1s. So the rules always, if you're an attacker on a 1v1, you go to goal.
How about that from Schulte?
Yep.
Stopped on a dime, restarted, off the pipe and in. Team Florida ties it up.
Yeah, Schultes, it almost looked like she had a hitch, right?
Yeah.
And then everybody kind of froze, and then she was like, okay, nobody's on me. Let me finish the play.
Little hesitation there for the Pine School sophomore. How about that? A little bit of everything in that
shot.
one.
Wow. She kind of ducked through the double team, and then realized, oh my gosh, I got a shot here.
So Team Florida ties this up. The class of 2024 championship is knotted 3-3. Live here on Lax Sports Network. Back here at the DE Turf Sports Complex in Milford, Delaware, alongside Tracy Wiener. I am Tom Eschen here at the 2024 championship at the American Select Lacrosse Championships on Lax Sports Network. 3-3, all tied up, though. It's been Florida the advantage here in the draw control circle. They've won 5 of 6. Let's see what they do here.
It's been a very evenly played match other than the draw circle. Both goalies are doing an outstanding job.
Isabella Hughes going up against Madison Sweeney here, and we'll take a couple moments here to set. Of course, these players all playing the last 3 days. They played a bunch of games here. Each team got a guarantee of 5 games, 4 in the pool play, and then quarterfinals, semifinals, and now the championship. So it's been a busy few days for a lot of these athletes.
It's been a busy few days for everybody.
Yes, that's true.
It is. It's just it goes fast though. It really does. And then when you're watching these games, it's so much fun.
And a lot of, obviously, the hundreds of college coaches that are here in attendance get a lot of good looks at these athletes over the course of the time that they spend here over these few days.
Absolutely.
Schultes inside. It goes wide of the post. Backed up, though, there by Bird. Those two working sort of in tandem here. Schultes and Bird, the attackers for Team Florida. A mess there in the middle, all cleaned up by number 45 in blue for Team Connecticut.
Connecticut really does a nice job on the defensive end. And again, getting the ball out, the ride on this one, they are not having any difficulties at all getting the ball into the attacking zone.
So let's see what Connecticut can do. Less than 10 minutes to go here in the first half. Good game once again. It's all tied up 3-3. How about the underhand there for SADIE Stafford?
Yeah, we call that the shovel. The shovel, right?
Yes. The snow behind her into the cage that time. 4-3 Connecticut.
You see right here, as the defense starts to
Whew. How about that?
I mean, it's not a BTB or anything like that. It's just a low, like Twizzler, we kind of call it, and it just kind of squeaked its way through.
First second of the day. That's sweet from Stafford. She knew it. She sort of felt the defender where they were going to be and sort of predetermined, this is what I'm going to do here. Having some fun.
Correct.
Second of the day for Stafford. Connecticut with a 4-3 lead, though back comes Florida. Here they come running. This is Kiera Runsky.
And again, another draw control and another possession for Florida. It's what's keeping them in this game right now.
Yeah, they've won 7 of 8 now. Well, they trail 4-3 on the scoreboard, so that means the Team Connecticut defense and their goalie, Hope Schodel, is doing the job.
Yes, without a doubt.
Dodging from the top is Robbins. And she gets knocked over by Catherine Norton, a whistle there. And let's see,
Yeah,
it's like Norton's going to get sent off here with a yellow.
I think she caught her in the head.
Yep, and that'll be called for a yellow card. So a player advantage here for Florida. You can see a couple shots there to the head.
Correct.
The ensuing free position and cashing in is Team Florida. It is Robbins, 4-4.
That was a nice play by Robbins. She gets in. They had the man advantage. They didn't waste any time getting to goal.
Limitless club lacrosse program, and as you can see here, the speed and the finish as well. Pumped up about it, too.
That was a nice shot.
Yeah.
You know, the placement of these shots, as you get older, you know, the athletes are just so much better at placing the ball, the attackers. So smart.
So Team Florida comes right back, ties this up. 4-4, 6:20 to go here in this first half of this 2024 championship game. Connecticut wins their second draw control of the day. Two goals today for Stafford, one for Pattillo, one for Tully on the Connecticut side of things, and looked like we had an offside violation there on Connecticut. Maybe some confusion following the player advantage for Florida there.
Yes, they needed to leave somebody back. You know, you can't have 7 in the attack zone when you're playing man down. You must have only 6.
You can see another turnover there in the clear game. This is good for Team Connecticut, who still are playing a player down. So the game is tied, and they will try and settle in here and take as much time as they'd like off the clock.
Well, they are. They're just going to wait it out until they get the player back on the field. No need to play man down on the offensive end.
A good time for us, Tracy. Talk about the selection process for these players.
Sure.
This is a good time for that.
Right. So traditionally what happens, now they're even. Traditionally what happens is you get like all the club coaches, they all get together, or the high school coaches, and they're the ones that select. And then there's always question marks. So for this particular tournament, it was...
Oh, good catch. And then open for the finish is Avery Doran. Connecticut retakes the 5-4 lead. So they got their player back and immediately took advantage.
Yeah, Doran went there untouched. I mean, just went right down the Broadway, and nobody was near her. I don't know how she was able to get open. She slid right down low.
Looked like Florida went for a steal there, and Doran was able to come out and get it. And sort of, you take that chance, and Florida paid for it.
Right. It's either a 100% win or a 100% loss.
Yep.
That's exactly what happened.
Anyway, as you were saying, Tracy.
Yeah. So for this particular tournament, what we do is the selectors do not know the players. So they come from other areas. They come from other regions. Division I is not allowed to select, but Division III is. And so, we bring in everybody that doesn't really know the athletes, and they go through a 4-hour tryout.
Wow. And that's how each team is selected individually for their region, and the regions have all been competing. 17 different from North America, right?
Based on how you did in that 4-hour period, hands down, how you looked at that particular tryout.
Wow, on skates there, Trinkas, what a dodge, and she'll be awarded with a free position.
So fast, I find that the teams that make it to the championships.
And Trinkas uses that speed, trying to help her team to win a championship.
Yeah, so many times a parent will say, well, how do I make my daughter more aggressive to go to goal? I'm like, look, speed kills. They either have it or they don't. And, I mean, when you're fast, it's just such an advantage.
See Trinkas here, Canterbury School is where she comes from.
And you see, I mean, there is no defender near her. She just blows everybody away with that quick first step. Most of the girls' lacrosse game is stick work and speed, on the offensive end. It's just, you just can't replace that.
Yeah, I had a feeling that was coming for Trinkas after the move she made to get that free position, right? I mean, that speed was coming.
100%. She just really, you're just going to take that speed dodge to the cage, try to stop me kind of mentality.
Isabella Hughes picking up the draw control, the ground ball for Team Florida once again as they get their possession back here after Connecticut had won a couple in a row, and now Florida getting settled in their zone. A 2-goal Connecticut run. Been pretty back and forth over the course of today in terms of goals at least.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like we just started this game and we're already down to the last 2 minutes of the first half.
Schicilone scores 6-5.
The aggressiveness at this level to get to goal. You know, these girls take a beating, and if you were to see them up close, Tom, you'll see in a person that goes to goal a lot, their arms are literally black and blue from shoulder to wrist. You know, and I think that's one of the things that once you learn as an attacker at this level to take that pressure, to take a hit and keep on going, there's no stopping you at this game. And you'll see, like, setting up a defender, setting her up, you know, and she takes the little push on the side. Doesn't matter. She doesn't even feel that.
That's a mental thing, as not only just physical, but being able to sort of just keep going and stick with it at the same time.
Correct. It's the hip pointers that really hurt the most. You get hit like from that check from the hips. You're like, oh, yeah, you feel it.
Saw a big collision in our earlier game towards the end of that one between Long Island and Maryland. All of these games culminating here today in the championships. Less than 2 minutes to go in this first half, so clock stopping on the whistle.
Yeah, they're going to hold for the last shot here. I know Coach Lindley pretty well. I think maybe they're going to set it up. Let's see. She makes me out to be a liar.
Kelly Holmes now going to the right side. They'll at least work it around with Stafford. Doran inside, looking to Stafford. It does shoot its way through. Good pickup there by Holmes. And once again, they'll reset and get into another offensive set, it seems.
Yeah, they're just being smart, and that's the difference with the age groups. You'll see the younger kids try to force it if it's not there, where the older kids are understanding to pull it out and reset.
Things will only get better as the day goes on, as, of course, the class of 2023 is after this. The 2022 championship will finish off our day. Timeout here on the field with about 20 seconds to go. 6-5, Connecticut on top. We'll be right back. Closing moments of the first half here in Milford, Delaware. Connecticut leading Florida 6-5 in this class of 2024 championship game here at the American Select Lacrosse Championships. It'll be Connecticut possession. They've sort of withered away at this clock, looking for the final shot, final possession, and possibly a final score.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm curious to see what Coach drew up.
It is Holmes. She gets it back out for Russell. Working outside at ABBAZIA. 10 on the clock. They got to get going here quickly. They work it into the middle. Stopped by Kelly. And the ball did, I think, hit the net, but the whistle was blown before that. A player was in the crease. So the Florida defense stands tall with 4 seconds to go.
That was a great stop by the Florida defense. Stops the momentum of Connecticut, and everybody goes into halftime feeling good about themselves.
So Kelly will walk off. And the final few seconds will tick off the clock here for the first half. 25 minutes in the books. Connecticut pretty much all day long here, though. Connecticut with a bit of a, a comfort advantage as the time has gone on.
Without a doubt. And if Connecticut can figure out a way to win more of those draws, this game might have been a little different. But give Florida all the credit in the world. They're hanging in there. They're going goal for goal with them, and they're dominating in the draw circle. A
good first half here in the class of 2024 championship game. Halftime is here. Be right back as we wait for the second half to begin right here on Lax Sports Network. Blue skies in Milford, Delaware. In 25 minutes, we'll crown a champion here in the class of 2024 at the American Select Lacrosse Championships alongside Tracy Wiener. I am Tom Eschen, live here on Lax Sports Network. Connecticut leading Florida 6-5 here. The high school sophomores going at it on the turf here in Delaware today. The first draw control and will go the way of Connecticut. So they did win a couple more towards the end of the first half, and now they win the first of the second as well.
Well, they do, but Dupriest actually won that draw. She just couldn't control it, and it just kind of went off her stick out of bounds. That's
true. That is a good. You're right. They did get possession out at the end of the day.
Correct. Which possession is all that matters.
Right. So we are running here. SADIE Stafford had 2 goals for Connecticut in the first half of play. The same goalies are in for both sides. Tracy thought maybe we could find a change depending on how each team felt, because both do have a backup goalie, but they stick with their guns after a solid first half by both sides.
Correct. I thought both goalies were playing well.
Yeah. 5 different goal scorers for Team Florida here in the first half as well. There's Avery Doran looking into the middle. Good pass and a good finish. Devin Russell inside. Connecticut takes a 2-goal lead. Good start to their second half.
Yeah, Duran really makes a nice patient move. And again, if you're studying these films to see how to play the game, you don't always have to force around the crease. Even if it's your determination, your first move is to go to goal. If it's not there, pull it out. And you see a lot of the older players do that right here. Duran tries to go in, good defense, pulls it out, draws the double, and then there's the draw and dump.
Russell, one of those CT Grizzlies players, playing for her club coach, and Lisa Lindley here today as well. Lindley assisted by Phil Schneider.
And a lot of those girls, they get it. They've been running these plays all year, all summer.
Sophia Mazurgiagos is the one who comes out with a draw. Look at this speed here, and she gets it down into Florida territory.
And another draw controlled by Florida. That's what keeps them in the game. Again, if Connecticut was winning all these draws because they have very high shooting percentage, it'd be a different story.
Yeah, they've been very efficient on the offensive end. If Florida can string a couple together, watch out. This could get pretty intense as this second half rolls on.
Oh, without a doubt. And you have 2 completely intense coaches on the sidelines, so I'm sure the girls feed off that as well.
Rob Wurzberger coaching Team Florida. Schicklone goes high, top right corner. Florida trails by 1, her second today.
She scored the last 2 goals for Florida going into this game. That's just again, they're so fast. These young ladies are so fast. Her first step, and she goes non-stick side upper corner.
Palm Beach Central School in Florida, another Florida Select player as well. 2 goals and an assist today.
Yeah, I was joking around with the Florida girls and saying, we were all dying in the heat, and I said to them, does this feel chilly to you? It was only 88,
Yeah, boy, yeah. I don't know. I don't care where you're from. That's still warm.
The run around the turf field it was. They were laughing.
See if Florida can pick this up. They do. That's Kira Runsky. 3 blue shirts around her, the whistle, and she'll continue to press on. Nice job there.
A fast break here for Florida.
Yeah, that's Tomonto, who had a goal in the first half. She goes up and over, though, in transition. It's already backed up by Bird. 1-goal game.
These teams are so evenly matched. It's fun to watch. You just wonder if it's going to come down to the last possession, the last draw control.
There's Robbins into the middle. She goes. Flag goes up. Looked like a stick in the sphere, so she will probably get it from that middle spot. Good spot to get there on the 8-meter arc.
Absolutely. Now, with the new rules, there's no defenders down low, so she doesn't have to worry about anybody coming at her.
And there she goes. That one, though, gobbled up by SCHOUDEL.
Yeah, SCHOUDEL knew 100% where she was going. She could tell by the stick position where her body was leaning. And you see on that particular shot, SCHOUDEL never moved an inch.
3rd save today for SCHOUDEL, and they seem like they've all come in tough situations. Abbazia working it to the left side. About 5 minutes into this second half, a closely contested battle. And like we saw in the first half, Florida would win the draw control, but the Connecticut defense with SCHOUDEL able to get possession back with defensive stops. They've done a nice job there.
They have done a very nice job. And
Good dish by Dorn into the middle. A couple fakes for Asa, and it does go wide, but backed up by Connecticut.
Yeah, Casasa was wide open in the middle there. She just couldn't decide where she was going to shoot, where she was going to go for, and then ended up shooting wide.
Doran, once again, she's gotten a goal and assist today.
I say the facility is beautiful, by the way, Tom.
Turf fields there in Delaware. The DE Turf Sports Complex is where this is taking place, and filling it up inside is Kelly Holmes.
Holmes makes a nice finish here, finds that little opening as the defense is collapsing. And again, you know, she's from Darien High School, as you can see right there. I mean, they play so many high-level games, so much high-level competition that they feel real comfortable in a situation like this. She just, again, dishes the ball off. That's a nice look. It's interesting on that play because, you know, originally you see Holmes is going, and then there's a few defenders, and then they kind of move away from her because I don't think they thought she was going to goal, that she was going to dish it off. And then she was like, well, if you're not going to guard me, I'm going to go to the hole.
Yeah, she saw an opening there, and she took it.
She sure did.
A win here in the draw for Connecticut in a transition opportunity. Abbazia takes the shot and scores. A quick one for Connecticut, a 3-goal lead.
That was the definition, draw control, fast break. And that's what you get taught. Fast break, slow break into your offense. But you always look for the fast break first.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of that in that new Athletes Unlimited professional game where you've seen goals right off the draw like this. That feels a little smaller, but here, the speed from Abbazia made this look really fast.
Yeah, and then just buries the shot. Buries it.
Greenwich High School, CT Grizzlies as well. Sorry, Tracy.
No worries at all. Just the accuracy of the offensive shooting is so impressive to me.
Yeah, Connecticut's been very efficient. It seems like more times than not when they've had the ball, they have scored today, you know, on the offensive end.
Yeah, and just the placement of their shots. I mean, these are two quality goalies, and some of those shots are just non-savable.
Starting to even up the draw controls as well. That's 7th win of the day for Connecticut. And Florida's won 10 of them, and they had a much wider gap than that over the course of the first half and even heading into the second half. That's why you're seeing Connecticut now with a 3-goal lead.
Correct.
Doran in the middle. She looks in, looks back out. Haven't seen many mistakes like you've alluded to, Tracy, especially from this Connecticut side of things.
No, not at all. Just smart possessions, not forcing, not turning the ball over, no drops. That was a tackle. 15 yards. I mean,
first down.
Right, when you're patient, that's what happens, though. You know, the defense just gets exhausted chasing you all over the place.
Well, Abbazia just scored. She's looking for number 2 here.
Florida jumped early on that one.
Yep, so going behind is that defender. Abbazia gets another chance, a little bit clearer of a look, too. And here she goes, right to the cage. She goes low and scores. 2 in a row for Abbazia. Connecticut widening their lead. It's 10-6.
Yeah, when you look at the body positioning of Abbazia, it's interesting. I mean, she's at a point where you can't defend that. She got so low. And then stayed low with her shot, but I'm sure that she went non-stick side on the goalie. You'll see here, look how low she gets, right? Dipping. And just keeps her stick head low and then bounces it off of the turf so that it goes up high. So the goalie has to drop on that, but the actual shot ends up being almost a high shot because she bounces it off the turf.
Crafty there inside from Abbazia.
Yeah, that's definitely a well-taught and well-practiced skill. You know, and that's the advantage of playing on turf and understanding how turf works. The bounces are to the attacker's advantage.
Seeing the momentum go the way of Team Connecticut here. Another draw control victory and a 4-goal lead. About 10 minutes into the second half. At Reynolds. Another Darien High School, CT Grizzlies. You see that a lot here on this Team Connecticut.
Yes, you do. And again, you see now Connecticut starting to open up their lead because they're starting to win the draws.
Yeah, they've won 3 in a row now, and things were pretty even when Florida was dominating them in the first half. Hasn't been the case here in the second. Nice pickup there on the offensive end. I think that was Holmes getting after that. Keep possession here for Connecticut. Inside, once again, it's Trinkus in there to Russell.
Connecticut's starting to open it up now. They're feeling it.
Russell second today.
Setting up their offense and then being patient and waiting for that high percentage shot.
Trinkus now with a goal and an assist. Let's watch this feed on the inside, Tracy.
And that was a quick, that was a feed, a turn. It was a feed, a catch, turn, shot, all in the same motion. The defense didn't even have a chance to close in on her.
A couple of CT Grizzlies teammates connecting there, and Connecticut's got a 5-goal advantage here in the 2024 championship game, and they've won now 4 draws in a row. Here they come once again. Abbazia into the middle. A whistle there as she was shooting. I believe a card's going to come out on Florida.
It's on Abbazia for a dangerous propelling.
There you go.
So the defense must have gotten it in position, and she shot it anyway and made a dangerous situation.
So mark that down, 13:20 on the clock. Florida's going to have a player advantage. Let's see this once again.
Right there. The defender was right there, and and she still shot.
It looked like she knew it. Abbazia, as you could see, she sort of short-armed that a bit as well to try to avoid the penalty, but could not do that.
Jog off the field. That's usually a pretty good indication.
No contest.
Yeah, you got me. It's like when you're speeding past the police officer, you just pull over. You're like, all right, man, it's all good.
No comment, Tracy. I don't want to. Sounds like Tracy has been in that scenario. I wouldn't guess. I don't know.
I might have witnessed it.
Right, yes, okay. That's what we were going for.
So Florida, down by 5. The question comes up here now. Are you going to wait for the penalty to be over? Or are you going to try to be aggressive and get to goal?
And don't forget for Florida, I mean, for the first half, they dominated the draw control. And Connecticut's got this run going here in the second half, but it could be a make-it-take-it situation if Florida can do that once again here with 12 minutes to play.
Actually, Florida's the one that's man up, but Abbazia's a Connecticut player.
Right.
So they should be being super aggressive going to goal right now.
And a whistle there right before the shot by Scicilone, and she will get it there on the arc. She's going to wind up.
She sure is.
One step, shot, and score. Hat trick for CHIARA SCICHILONE, and it's down to 4.
That's like a Charlotte North shot right there. Holy cow.
It's amazing. Isn't that amazing? You see, some of those things from the college game come on down. I mean, these athletes are watching, the best of the best do it.
I mean, she just wound it up. Look at it. She's already going. One step and a fire. Wow. And her teammates just get so excited.
A lot of confidence in that as well, to be able to say, all right, it's my best against yours.
Well, it is such a rarity in girls lacrosse to have that kind of power, to take that kind of shot. I've seen Nicole Levy did it. She was unbelievable. Charlotte North, unbelievable. I like those shots. They're fun to watch.
Some contact there as Hughes went down. Connecticut's going to come up with that ground ball. Looked like Hughes had a beat on it, and I don't know what happened there for her to trip or get tripped up, and it's Connecticut who does get this draw. I believe that's 5 in a row.
And I feel like this half is flying. You'll see Connecticut pull it out now and try to run some clock down. Now they ran the penalty off. There's only 10 minutes left in this half.
10 minutes from a championship for Team Connecticut here in the class of 2024. Good find in the middle. Stafford, a hat trick. Connecticut regains their 5-goal lead.
Stafford's had a nice game, real steady Eddie. She's a big target in the middle, and she's got an accurate shot.
Connecticut dominating the draw control here in the second half, and on the scoreboard, as well. Stafford, Darien High School with a hat trick. Connecticut about 10 minutes away from a championship on Lax Sports Network. Back here live at DE Turf Sports Complex in Milford, Delaware. This is the American Select Lacrosse Championships here on Lax Sports Network. Alongside Tracy Weiner, I am Tom Eschen, the class of 2024 in the final 10 minutes and 16 seconds. Connecticut's got a stronghold on this one, Tracy, 12-7. They've been impressive today.
Well, they sure have, and they really, in the second half, have dominated the draw, and that has really helped them to pull away.
Thinking about the lose count, I think that's 6 straight draw controls here for Connecticut. Florida dominated that in the first half and kept the score somewhat even, but Connecticut doing both here in the second, scoring and getting those draws, and that you can see is exemplified on the scoreboard. Less than 10 minutes to go.
Yeah, and then you're curious as from a coaching standpoint, there's 10 minutes to go. It's running time. You're up by 5. You know, you don't want to stall the game out, but there is no shot clock in, high school athletics yet for girls lacrosse, so you can run some time off if you choose.
Of course, these teams have played several games over the course of these past few days. Nice job there inside by Russell, and she gets it back out just to keep possession.
Smart play, no need to force.
Doran, and I think she got a bit of a, was she warding off on the, nope, still not going to speculate anymore. Looks like that is going to come on Florida, and
it is. They were in the crease. Oh no, I think nope, you're right. Boy, that's on you. You got it.
Doran did a nice job there, though, of keeping the ball until until the last moment. She's like, no, it's my ball, until she had to give it up.
Yeah, clock's running. Why not? Let's just wait until they tell me.
So Florida will alert to clear. We haven't seen them on offense too often here in the second half.
No, and they need to, unfortunately, they're going to have to get to goal, pretty quick. So hopefully they do it smartly and not try to force it, because then the Connecticut defense will just swarm that.
They've got just 2 goals here in the second half. It was 6-5 Florida, 6-5 Connecticut, excuse me, after the first 25 minutes. And there's a one-timer. Nice pass, nice finish. It's Schicilone again, 4 goals today.
Schiccilone's having a great day. She's got the hot hand. I would keep going to her until they can stop her. And again, like you said, she wasted no time on that. It was a quick draw, dump, done.
She'll hustle off the field. Like you said, time of the essence here for Florida. Nice feed here by Caroline Bird. That's her 2nd assist today.
That was beautiful play. And there's nothing the goalie could do on that. You cannot get there. You can only guess and hope that, she shoots it into you.
Right, you're going from pipe to pipe, really, there at that point. It's tough.
Exactly.
Let's see if they can make it 7 in a row, Connecticut, and they do just that. It's Stafford.
Boy, that whatever adjustment they made on the draw has changed the entire game.
4-goal game, Connecticut leading Florida here in the class of 2024 championship. The high school to be sophomores here this fall.
Now, you know me, Tom. I would be pulling this out.
And Connecticut gets that 5-goal lead right back. No pull out there.
No. Never listen.
Holmes is 2nd today.
I mean, I don't even think she had an angle on that. I don't know how she hit that corner. And that's just pinpoint accuracy. You need to see it again. So Holmes gets it. She brings it around. And there's a double team on her. And she's almost goal line extended on that. I don't know how that she was able to.
Yeah, she went short side there.
Snuck that in, right?
Near post. Really impressive. New goalie in the game for Team Florida is Madison Stevens. And hard to squeeze that post as much as you can there.
Absolutely. And now time is becoming a factor for Florida. And this is where, sometimes teams get chippy, hope they don't, they need the ball back.
But right now, Connecticut unwilling to really give it up.
Well, they're winning every draw. every single draw.
It's been a make-it-take-it situation for the better part of this half now, and Connecticut keeps on making it. Give them credit.
Correct.
And you can win every draw, but if you can't score, I mean, that changes the game, and Connecticut is scoring.
And they just play smart, efficient, mistake-free. And that's a big thing at this age, to play mistake-free lacrosse.
Tully gets her goggles knocked off there, and I think we're going to have a card coming the way of Florida. So they will now step one player down. 5:20 to go here. It's a yellow card on Florida. 2 minutes.
Might have been, that's the second yellow. It might have been on the same player. Then she would not be permitted back into the game.
Tully will decide to take it out. Tracy likes to see that with a 5-goal lead and 5 minutes to
Yeah,
go.
of course. And you're man up. You just make them chase you around. You're already man up. Run some time off the clock. If the goalie comes out at you and then you have nobody in the cage, then that's 100% slam dunk. But right now, Connecticut just needs to hold on to the ball, and Florida needs it badly.
This is the second of 4 games we'll have for you here today on Lax Sports Network. You saw Maryland already beat Long Island Black to start the day. Our next game coming up at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Connecticut and New Jersey in the class of 2023. I will step aside there. Tracy will stay here because that's what Tracy does, as Travis Eldridge will take my seat. So they get to finish off the day.
Never take your seat. But I won't tell him I said that.
He'll have the class of 2023 and 2022 championships later today.
All great games. Just a great everything. It's been so much fun on all aspects of this. And we're really just here to celebrate girls lacrosse. And I think that's just the best part of it, and starting to see some parity across the country finally. Everything that, the women's lacrosse has been working for.
Addison Pattillo, the cause turnover, and she gets going the other way with a whistle to boot.
And again, it's with 3.5 minutes to go, are you going to, are you going to go to goal? What are you going to do? Are you going to pull it out? You're going to go to goal up, and the penalty's on the goalie.
So what do you? I mean, you got a free shot here, Tracy. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to take that.
You do. Of course you do. And the time's still running at this point. It's not like you're in 2 minutes and the clock is going to stop if you shoot.
Right.
So.
She makes the dunk, if you will, the lay-in, the free throw. Couple goals today for Pattillo.
Yeah, Connecticut really turned it on in the second half. I mean, they were unstoppable, smart, aggressive, draw controlling. Everything that you as a coach in your halftime speech hopes happens in the second half happened for Connecticut.
Whatever Lisa Lindley said worked for this Team
Correct.
Connecticut squad.
I can only imagine what Lisa said.
Have fun out there. I'm sure that was part of it as well.
All of it. You got this, girls.
Pattillo's got 2, Holmes has 2, Russell with 2, Abbazia with 2 for Connecticut, 3 for Stafford as they've spread things around quite nicely, putting up 14 goals here in this format. Of course, 25-minute running halves is pretty good as well. That's how good they've been on the offensive end today.
Absolutely. They were just super efficient, like I said, and their shot selection was just on point. I mean, it's just impressive. This was a fun game to watch. I thought both teams just played so well, and for Florida, I mean, lacrosse in Florida, as you know, has not been around as long as lacrosse in Connecticut, and for them to already be at this level. But again, you have coaches like Wurzburger. Look, Chris Robinson, the former McDonough coach, going down to Florida, settling down there, coaching high school. You had to know that Florida's lacrosse was only going to get better and better.
Yeah, and we talk about that Wurzburger name. I mean, you've got someone that comes out of Florida as that top recruit. And
again, Chris Robinson is legendary in Maryland. I mean, he coached McDonough to how many undefeated seasons in a row and #1 rankings in the country.
The growth of the game up and down the coast, always a good sign, especially for not only the regions but the athletes themselves getting an opportunity to play the sport too.
Well, and Florida, the college, they're always in the NCAAs, whether it's the Elite Eight, This year, losing to Syracuse in the Elite Eight. I mean, they're just a great college program.
Yeah, they've had some pros come out of there, and the Jacksonville women also had a nice season this year as well.
But Mindy McCord is that program speaks for itself. I mean, Jacksonville does an amazing job. Always. I think they've won their conference like the last. I can't even more than fingers for rings.
30 seconds to go here. Connecticut sort of whisking away this time as they head towards the 2024 championship in impressive fashion over Team Florida here today.
Impressive, efficient, smart, athletic, mistake-free.
And they'll add another Caroline Trinkus in the middle.
Yeah.
They finally had enough of holding it, and we're saying, okay, we'll get another one for Trinkus from the Canterbury School in Connecticut. Abbazia the assist that time with her 3 points today.
Nice feed over the top. Yeah.
So once again, just like we had after the Class of 2025 championship game, we'll stay here for the medal and hat and shirt ceremony for these teams, their celebration, and then, of course, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time, the 2023 game will commence. Connecticut and New Jersey will battle, so Connecticut a chance to win both. Meanwhile, the 2024 team will celebrate this one. It is Team Connecticut, the champions of the Class of 2024 here in Delaware. And like you said, Tracy, an impressive performance at that. They made a statement here.
Well, they sure did. I mean, what happened, again, knowing how important that the draw was, whatever they talked about at halftime and whatever adjustment that they made, once they figured that out, they were off to the races. And they were already leading. It was a close game, but once they got their cushion, their distance from Florida, there was no looking back. And I will say that Connecticut, for a team that just got thrown together in the last 2 weeks or whatever, played unbelievable mistake-free lacrosse. It was pretty to watch.
Another great performance. So far here today, we've got Team Maryland in 2025, Team Connecticut in 2024, and they'll celebrate here. We'll take a quick break and step aside and then see them have their moment in the sun in the middle of this field coming up next. Back here live in Milford, Delaware, as Team Connecticut celebrates their Class of 2024 championship over Florida. They won it going away, an impressive performance at that. And now they'll get their hats, their shirts, and their engraved lacrosse balls as the American Select Lacrosse Champions here in the Class of 2024. You can see, just like we saw the Maryland celebration in the Class of 2025, plenty of happiness and excitement after a culmination, I guess, if you will, of a few hard days' work.
Without a doubt. And again, they played so well, so smart, so efficient. Look, the girls, a lot of them know each other. A lot of them, play either against each other on a regular basis or the same club teams or the same high schools. But to put it all together in an event like this, it's just so much fun, and the smiles speak for themselves.
Yeah, you got to make a run. You got to beat some teams over the course of a few days. I mean, you got to be consistent in that as well. I mean, it's not easy to do.
And you're not sleeping at home. You're not eating mom and dad's food. You're out with your friends. It's a whole different environment. Not a lot of kids do well, when they're out of their comfort zone.
Yeah, and you mentioned this earlier, Tracy, this sports complex, several fields there in Delaware as well that have housed this and provided a really cool atmosphere this week.
Oh, this facility was unbelievable. From the workers that we had there to the workers that run the actual facility, there was no issues in parking. There was no issues in really anything. I mean, there's lights if we needed to go later. Everything's turf. It was just, no porta potties. And for a girls' event, that's the best thing that you can ever say.
Right. If you can pull that off, you've done most of the work, and then it's just up to the girls to play lacrosse at the end of the day.
And then, Tom Rush does the officials, and he does such a great job of getting everybody there. It's hard on them, too. I mean, it was hot as Hades, and they were running around covering every single game. And, I mean, these girls just, they just work so hard. all year round for an opportunity like this. The smiles, like you said, Tom, speak for themselves.
Yeah, and like you said, they'll be able to take a break. This is the culmination of the summer season and get ready for some fall activities. And first time they've been able to do this, you know, in about a year or so, and really take on the summer schedule here in 2021.
Yeah, no pictures with masks. How exciting is that?
Yeah, everybody doing this safely and
always.
Hopefully taking some steps forward here in the landscape of this world of sports and dealing with the conditions here these days. So they will don their caps. We did not see the Maryland girls don the caps, but they are really all in here, Tracy. They're pumped about this swag.
No, you know, the tri-state area loves their baseball caps.
True.
Don't think that I didn't walk away with a few of those myself. I think you saw me in one when I did the promo the other day.
proud champions as well. I mean, that's a good shirt to get.
It is. It's like I said, you know, when you think about an event like this, putting it together, this is what you envision at the end. All these kids just so happy and excited, representing, you know, their part of the world just because where their parents decided to buy a house, you know? Like, it's just the coolest thing.
There is the final picture for this class of 2024 championship team Connecticut. And the 2023 Connecticut squad will take the field in just a few moments here. They will take on New Jersey in that 2023 championship game. That at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time.